accent that I liked was the butcher's block.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Like where it's just literally a conversation that we may typically have in the barbershop.
Yeah.
You know?
Just a cut, bro. Just a cut, bro. Just a cut, bro.
Just a cut, bro.
We kind of doing the usual?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, what are you thinking?
I really liked what you did last time.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty similar to my wedding cut.
Okay.
I liked that. I feel like my beard maybe is getting a little intense.
Yes. It's great. There's gray in there.
There's a lot.
What's up with the Really Money LP?
It's pretty much done. We're going back on the 19th of March to pretty much just mix it. But right now, I mean, the plan is for me to just put it out on tape like the last two.
Just self-release?
Yeah.
Did you talk to any labels about it?
Jensen from Iron Lung told me to send it to him when I'm done.
Okay.
So I'm hoping he might like it. I don't know.
Has he only put out Iron Lung releases?
No, they've put out I would say somewhere between 30 and 40 records now, maybe more, of just all sorts of bands that they're into.
And how many songs are on the record?
6.
Yeah, but you guys have slow songs, right?
Yeah, right now it's around 40 minutes long, which is one of the longest things that I've worked on, probably other than the Iron Age LP that I worked on.
So why is it either one or the other with you?
One or the other.
It's either fast or slow. You know?
Well, there was Sacred Shock. That was like mid-paced.
Oh,
Yes.
Sacred Shock was. You didn't stick with that very long. Actually, I was jamming that LP a couple weeks ago. Like, that was a fucking awesome LP.
Thanks.
I only saw you guys once, and it was at Fall Court at Meridian.
Oh yeah.
So we bought out CJ's distro for Wired Up, and in true CJ form or fashion or whatever, he's like sitting on like a lot of LPs that people have been looking for a while. It's just been sitting in his
so yeah,
house or
probably
whatever.
smashed.
So like he had like a few Sacred Shock LPs and like some No Talk LPs and stuff like that.
And I know Homo Police was supposed to play.
Homo
but
Police, that's what it was.
They canceled it.
That's what it was.
Which is, I know it's share some same members, but huge difference.
I always get them mixed up because of all the leather and whatnot.
I dig No Talk a lot, and I have a Homo Police 7-inch. Can't get into it.
Homo Police live is incredible. I don't even know if I've ever even heard a recording, but live it's incredible.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually heard a recording.
Oh, it's.
On Christmas one year, I stood up. Josh, like before the show, was like, "Hey man," he's like, "Can you just stand up here in your underwear and I'll give you some aviators, and I'll just get you free beer all night." And I was like, "All right."
Hell yeah. It's not a bad gig if you can get it.
It wasn't bad. I got felt up a little bit by Josh while they were playing.
Were you under the influence at the time?
I was a little under the influence. It was fun though.
Made it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would get in your underwear if you weren't. Because I
Would you do that after this over?
Probably not.
See, yeah.
Well, I remember watching The Oath and you were like running around in your underwear and you pulled something out of the front.
Yeah. I was keeping my keys in there. Someone pants or somewhere, I guess not pants is the word, someone underweared me.
Wait, your penis was out?
Yeah, it was out. And my excuse was, it's not cold, I'm just small.
I promise it's not cold. I'm just small.
I mean, that was like 2002, so I was still 19.
So you weren't done growing yet, I feel.
What I'm saying is, I didn't have a problem running around in my underwear when I was 19.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What is that? Is that Adam and Eve syndrome? Like we get into you know, like past 25 and it's like, ugh.
No, yeah, I think you just grow up and you're just like, this is completely inappropriate or whatever.
Man, Sacred Shock fucked up what I was going to talk about for potentially 15 minutes.
Oh man.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I like that record. I mean, that's my favorite record that we did. The other record I really liked that we did was the split with Desconocidos, which was from the same recording session.
It's another good band.
Yeah.
You were living in Austin at the time.
Yeah. 5 years.
Did Austin change you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened in Austin.
Did you go to Austin straight edge?
No. I broke edge in like the most hilarious way possible.
How?
My last semester of college.
Fucking last semester of college.
No wait. Let me finish what I'm saying. I had some extra credits to fill out with elective courses, and I had heard about a hotel and management class called Beverage Survey, and I was like, I probably have a pretty fresh palate to taste test things. Sure, I'll give this a try. It was pretty fun.
And so you're just
Just
drinking free drinks.
Yeah,
right?
like minuscule amounts of alcohol. But
Okay.
but the day that we did tequila, that was enough to make me feel like something's different. And I remember like leaving class and calling a friend to be like, "Can you meet me for a burrito? I think I should probably eat something before I drive." From like a quarter of a shot of tequila. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with me.
I feel like that whole statement was possibly a Power Bite song. It could have been.
Possibly.
But okay, so was it like going into this class and thinking like, oh yeah, I'll just like fucking break edge and
Kind
actually
of.
drink, or was
I
it like
mean,
even before
well-
then I was like, I'm not calling myself straight edge.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of stopped really caring about being straight edge before that.
It's like it went dull.
Well, before I called myself straight edge, I had smoked weed a few times, and
that was
and I really enjoyed it. but then like my friends.
What was that laugh?
I truly enjoyed it, and I remember getting into hardcore and getting into bands that were straight edge and my friends being straight edge, and I was like, oh yeah, like maybe I should take it easy, because this was I was still living with my parents. I was terrified of being in trouble. I was raised Catholic, so there was all this weird pressure about like,
Catholic guilt.
oh, you're gonna go to hell if you do all this weird shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I kind of took that up as a way to. It's kind of like an insurance with myself and with my parents to be like, I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just playing music. Everything's fine.
It's cool. I'm mixing up at shows, and that actually is something. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always kind of weird at first too, whenever you like introduce straight edge to your parents because
Yeah.
you're straight edge. Then they're worried about you being straight edge.
Exactly.
Everyone that's straight edge looks really sketchy if you don't know any better.
Because also too, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say around the time that you became straight edge was around the time that Earth Crisis was making the news.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, and there was that whole like early to mid '90s thing where they had like an MTV special, and they were talking about straight edge kids beating up like pregnant people and that were smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In Syracuse.
Lots of places.
Salt Lake City. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to shave my head too, and that was another thing. Like along with that my mom was like, "People are gonna think you're a skinhead. I'm really worried about that." I don't know. Too much worry made me extra paranoid about everything.
So the straight edge scene came before the first band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the first band?
Well, I mean, the first straight edge band I was in, or the first?
No, just the first band, period.
The first. Well, I played in a band in junior high.
Tell me it was ska. Please
No.
tell me it was ska. I really had a picture of being ska in my head, like Holy Guacamole.
No. Oh, you know what's funny though? I did at a practice play drums for Holy Guacamole because I was friends with the trumpet player. Who was in marching band. Yeah.
Fucking get on Wikipedia, write it out, edit that shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
I almost played drums for them for a show, and then I went to jam with them one time, and I was like, I don't like doing this.
No shit.
Yeah, that's pretty weird, right?
It's a very odd coincidence, Ryan. Are you sure you didn't like find this out at all? Like,
I did minor research.
The band I played in junior high was called Fuel, but we mostly just did alternative covers. I think we started writing our own music that we never played live, and I pretty much remember it sounding like Silverchair and Helmet.
Were you doing vocals?
Me and the guitar player were, but we never did vocals for any of the songs we wrote. It was just
Who sounded the most Australian?
Power
Talk
Book.
to him about John Cameron.
Power
Time
Book.
period, right?
Yeah, Power Book came first. John Cameron was after.
John Cameron was a side project of Power Book, right?
Yeah, it was me and Jeremy Krimmel, who still lives here, and Matt Gentempo. And
Was Jeremy the drummer in Power Book?
no, that was Charles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charles wasn't in John Cameron at all?
No, it was just me. I was the only Power Book. It's the only Power Book in John Cameron. Yeah, there's a video that you took, Dennis, of us.
yeah, I think I put a couple up.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I found it maybe a year or two ago. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, man, I remember when I put it up, I was like, is Alex gonna be bummed? Or, I mean, it's like, I still think it's good for what it, like that kind of music, you know? Like, listen, if it would have sucked, I would have not put it up. But I was like, as far as that kind of music that was like a little bit of thing, this is like pretty good shit, you know?
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's funny watching that shit. We played one show where I played guitar and did vocals. I think it was the last show I played with them.
It was like a set of twins in that band, right? Or are they brothers?
That was the golden era of metalcore.
The guitar player had a twin.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, they
but
were
then-
in the band, right?
But then after I quit, the singer who replaced me kind of also looked like this guy.
yeah, so it's like a third guy. Yeah, a triple.
Yeah, a triple. A secret triple.
You guys had a webpage.
We had a webpage.
What was GeoCities joints or something? Or
Yeah.
Kind of, or maybe Angel Fire?
It was probably GeoCities.
One of you guys was like GeoCities happy, and because I remember there being like a regularly updated PowerButt GeoCities site.
It was Jason, and it was the server that he was going through was called Internet Trash. Because it's still up. That website's still up.
Oh, no
that's
shit.
awesome.
And there's a picture of Nick Mary's 281 tattoo on there.
Damn.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him too earlier whenever you were talking about your wiener being exposed. That fool used to dress up like a bumblebee at shows.
Yeah. That was me and Matt for a few shows had this dumb thing called the Crazy Dance Crew. And I remember one of the shows that me and Matt went to, it was Soylent Green and Napalm Death, and I was wearing a ski mask the whole time, and I jumped off some dude's back in the pit and was doing all this weird shit, and the singer of Soylent Green jumped on top, like he jumped off the stage to tackle me. And Iron Age played a show with Goat Horror in Belgium in like 2009, and he's the singer of that band, and I was like, hey, do you remember tackling a kid in an assless shirt and a hoodie, or in a ski mask at a show in Houston? He was like, yeah, and I was like, that was me.
That's me, motherfucker.
And he was like, kind of like, whatever. And I was like, I wanted this to be more dramatic.
Yeah.
There was a show, can't remember what place this was that was doing it, but I'm pretty sure it was Good Clean Fun and the Locust.
I was thinking about that show, and Sufi Nun Squad.
And
played.
Sufi Nun
Oh,
Squad,
yeah.
and Flame Ludenbachers.
Yeah, that was an awesome show.
That was amazing. I had my little distro set up at that show.
I feel like it was this show. That dude Kyle, that used to mosh like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He
Why was he at that show?
for Good Clean Fun.
Yeah.
And he was like doing his routine, and he was like purposely trying to like get in my way, and like
You don't bring the mosh pit.
and like definitely purposely hit me in the face. And so I just took his hat off and I just threw it over the stage, and he just looked at me like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What?" Yeah. And nothing happened, and I was like, "Well, that's what happened, man."
You guys were always like real lighthearted and silly with the shit you were doing, and everyone else was super serious and trying to be tough.
Which
And
is
so it's real
wacky
funny to watch.
Think about like being super serious about moshing.
Yeah. No, yeah. When you get older, you look back in retrospect, it's like such a joke. But at the time, people took it super seriously.
Super
So
seriously.
thank God we had the crazy dance crew to kind of like balance
You
things
know what?
out.
Absolutely. I really feel that.
Cut and chatter.
Cut and chatter.
Chatter cut. Chopping it up. But one that he sent that I liked was the butcher's block.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Chopping block.
But should we call it that, the butcher's block? Do you have any feelings about it?
Sounds cool. Sounds tough.
Like, does it sound like we should have like Sworn Enemy as like intro music or something?
Nah, I don't mean something that way.
Damn, when was the last time you thought about Sworn Enemy?
It's been a minute.
Is it safe to say you and your wife plan on staying in Houston?
Yeah.
How was the Infest show?
Oh, the New Orleans one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I kind of thought there might be a little more people there.
It wasn't packed?
It wasn't super packed, but I mean, there was a decent amount of people. But I kind of just expected some weird old New Orleans heads to come out. But it was it was mostly a younger crowd. But that's kind of something me and my friend Andy have been talking about. How like no matter how old you get, like if you're playing like this kind of music, usually you're still playing to like the same age group all the time. You have a few older people come out, but it's mostly like between the age of 16 and 25.
So what happens with that? When is it, like, when's the age when your friends are like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go to your shows anymore?
I feel like that really started happening to me just right around 30.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it had a lot to do with like having a 8 to 5 job where I was just like, I have to go to bed, or else I'm just gonna feel like shit all the time. That and it's just being social in general.
Yeah, I guess it started happening with me a few years before 30. And whenever I do go to shows now, it's like I'm on a mission. It's like, okay, I'm going to see this specific band, and I'm going to leave.
Totally, yeah.
And the people that, and like I'm glad to see a bunch of people that I don't know there. You know, I'm glad that there's younger kids and everything, but as far as socializing, I'll stick to the people I know.
Yeah.
And I definitely got weirder as I got older in that regard with shows and stuff.
Yeah, same here. I really don't drink at all anymore, and I think that had a lot to do with the social version of myself that was more okay with being out all the time. And now it's the same thing. It's like, I want to see this band, I want to go home and go to bed.
Yeah. We're playing at 10:15. It better be on time.
Yeah.
But of course, it's a punk show and it's never on time.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden I really care about that.
Yeah.
Damn it, it's 10:30. Are there any new bands that you're listening to?
I bought a demo tape of a band from Philly called Fuck SS. Pretty raging. It's like super fast 1-2 kind of punk stuff with
Awesome.
very delayed female vocals. I got a tape from a band in New York called Worse, who are kind of a slower, sort of mid-paced, noise rocky kind of punk band. Pretty weird. Digging that. There's a band from Tijuana called Calafia Puta who are playing Badass Weekend.
They did that split with Corrupt Bastards.
Yeah, there's that split
Yeah.
tape. Yeah, they're pretty raging. We got to play with them in Dallas. Drummer's sick. There's a new band from Mexico City called Muerte. I got their LP. They're pretty rad. There's Mike Sharp and Eddie and Drew and Adam from Wiccan's new band called Mirror. Pretty cool. The only thing I have is a Tumblr for Holy Money, but
His wife is on Instagram, and he uses his wife's Instagram.
Oh.
I peep other people's Instagram before
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not on anything.
Yeah, that's like always the way I look at things, what's
Totally.
cool for the time, and
Yeah.
it drives me nuts. So.
Yeah. That's why I got off the book in 2012.
Yeah.
And it was like I got off like right when I moved back to Houston.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm just gonna like have a fresh start back here.
Yeah.
And just not deal with any of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I almost think it's people would usually think that someone that's not on anything like there's a reason, but I almost find it healthier to not be on anything.
Yeah.
It has such an influence, you know.
Man, I had an Instagram for about 3 months.
Yeah.
And I started noticing like weird behaviors of people. And I was just like, oh, this is creepy that I like recognize like what you're doing on this. And then I was like, someone's probably doing that to me too. And I was like, I can't deal with this. So
Like
the same way.
just like taking, that's exactly what I was saying. Thanks, man.
Are you about to say something about selfies?
Well, selfies, that's a big thing. I mean, that's a very insecure, like, I need attention kind of thing. And then just, I don't know. I don't want to get into specifics, but just noticing things where I'm like, you're trying to maybe impress this person with this thing, or I don't know. Just,
Anytime you're gonna post a picture every few days, even there's gonna be a pattern.
There's gonna be a pattern for sure.
You're gonna realize some things about people. So
Yeah.
No, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's really strange, actually.
Yeah, and to the point where it's like these are your friends and your family sometimes, and you're like, I don't want to like for the dumbest reason find some flaw or something that makes me go, I'm kind of annoyed that you're doing
I see you in a certain light right now. I don't want to see you in a different light.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah, and then like there's like
I totally fuck myself like that with Instagram, but it's like the one, and I tell myself too, because it's like the one thing that I'm on. I'm like, okay, well this is like the one thing that I'm just gonna go completely fucking insane over. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's gonna sound like I'm only saying this because you're standing here, but your Instagram almost makes you look more normal than I know that you are. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's another thing, because like I'll see people's and like my wife and I have had these conversations where it was like, okay, they're clearly only posting fucking the positive light, and it's like, well, yeah, I do the same shit. I'm not about to post about whatever. Like the times that I've seen friends post about whenever like they got into an argument, or their wife or significant other, they're going through tough times. Like, I don't want to. That's weird. Why are you bringing that to social media?
20-second video of you like yelling at your kid for like leaving something out on the floor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
But then like I judge people or get too weirded out whenever it seems like their Instagram is too airbrushed and filtered and like the right poses, and I think the weirdest ones that get me though are fashion Instagrams.
Yeah.
Like people that I know that just so happen to be into fashion, which is a thing that weirds me out to begin with. And so they take certain pics, like it'll be like, okay. Taking a picture of just like, knee down.
Yeah.
And
Or like a foot by a bush, and there's
Yeah.
like
Like,
You're like, God damn, I don't get it. What's wrong? And you start like questioning if you're not artistic enough.
Yeah. Or I start questioning, am I not relevant? Or do I care? Clearly I care because I'm questioning it, you know?
It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It is. What's your feelings?
It's a personality like overload.
Yeah, no,
It's pretty, yeah.
psychologically, Instagram is like pretty fucking awesome. Like if you
Yeah.
want to sit and like nitpick something.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want it to happen to you, if you don't want it to happen to you, it sucks.
Yeah.
And I love that it's like that with Instagram. Like a social media thing that was essentially just supposed to be like, hey, here's a thing for pictures. Dude, thank you for doing this.
Oh yeah.
Something like where it's just literally a conversation that we may typically have in the barbershop.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Creative